Hello, Mrs. Ballenger. My name is Tara Schatmeyer, and I'm a social worker on the palliative care team. And as I was asked to come and talk with you today just to introduce a little bit about what we do as a palliative care team. I know you've met the palliative care palliative care physician, and you may or may not have met the chaplain and of course some of the nurses, but we all have kind of different roles, but we work together to try to help support you. And where the other team members work some on the physical and the spiritual aspects of things, I'm here to try to help address some of your social and emotional concerns. So do you feel like speaking a little bit right now?
I could talk today.
Okay. Okay.
But call me Betty.
Okay, Betty. Okay, and of course you can
yeah.
call me Tara.
Tara.
Yeah.
Okay. I meet so many people in here, and I have a hard time remembering everybody's names.
Well, I can imagine. I'm sure this is a really
Tara.
overwhelming time for you. Yeah. Well, Betty, can you tell me a little bit about what you understand about what brought you here? What's going on with you?
Well, I had breast cancer 2 years ago, and I thought for the last 6 months I was doing really well, and my other team said I was, but the last couple of weeks I had some back pain, and I didn't know what it was from, and I came in to see my regular doctor, and he said I should probably come in for some testing. And what they found was that the cancer has spread to my bones, and especially in my back. And it's been painful and hard to move. And the other things that my doctor, the palliative doctor, talked to me about, she said that I could be part of a clinical, I forget what they called it, a trial.
Clinical trial?
Yes. That would offer me maybe three to 6 months more to live. If I decide not to do that, it would be maybe only 6 weeks to 2 months.
Okay.
I thought about it. I have a little bit more time to think about which way I'm going to go. The thing that stood out for me, though, was the chemotherapy. I would have to go through that again. And I don't know if you know this, but you know, you're nauseous, there's fatigue. But this time they said it might even mean that my kidneys may fail. And something I didn't know before, it was that I would lose my hearing maybe.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. I really don't know what to do.
Wow.
And that's my understanding of it so far.
Okay. Okay. Well, do you have, by any chance, advance directives? Has anyone ever talked to you about living wills or anything like that?
I talked about it, but I don't have one.
Okay.
I know the importance of it. I couldn't bring myself to do it because it just seemed so final then, and I thought I was in remission.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I just couldn't go there. It's obviously it's very different now.
Yeah. Well, I imagine this is all extremely overwhelming for you right now, especially with this pain. It's obvious that you're experiencing that as well right now. Well, know that we are here to try to help you figure out these things. Part of that is trying to figure out what's most important to you, what's on your mind, what are some of the problems that have come up. You know, these are the kinds of things that I can try to help explore with you and help you figure out.
I have a son.
Okay.
His name is Charlie.
Charlie.
He
How old is he?
12.
12. Okay.
He's 12. He is the light of my life. And it's been difficult, to talk to him about the cancer the first time.
Yeah.
And I raised him on my own. I should say Charlie has Down syndrome.
Okay.
But he is mainstreamed in the regular schools.
Okay. So it sounds like he's pretty high functioning
He
then?
is.
Okay.
He really is.
Mhm.
And I used to be a teacher,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and I saw some special things in Charlie that I knew he could do.
Mm-hmm.
And I got him into a school, and he seems to be doing really well there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's made
Great.
friends, and the
Mhm.
teachers like him. And he knows I'm in the hospital this time.
Okay.
I told him about the cancer last time.
Okay.
But he doesn't know about this time.
Yeah. Because you're just finding out
Right.
yourself. Yeah.
I just found out myself.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to tell him. I don't know. I don't know the words. I don't know what I'm going to say to him.
Okay. Where is Charlie now?
He's at school.
Okay. And where's he
He's at
staying?
school. Well, when he gets off the bus, my friend Sandy meets him.
Okay.
She's my next door neighbor.
Oh, okay. I think I read
And
that on the note that you
Sandy
had.
Carter.
Okay.
Yes. She is like she's my best friend and my sister and neighbor, everything rolled into one.
Oh.
And so she's sort of like Charlie's second mom.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
so he knows and trusts her obviously
Yes.
really well, and so she's
Yes.
kind of taking care of him right now when he's not in school.
right.
Okay.
She'll meet him,
Okay.
and I've talked to him about it. He's going to come and visit me later on today with Sandy.
Okay.
And then I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to say to him.
Okay. Okay. I imagine it's pretty overwhelming to think about. But again, if we can start to work through some of that, and I can help you. We can be here as a palliative care team to help you talk to him, if that's what you would like.
I guess I might need some guidance on what
Okay.
to say.
Okay.
Because I think every time, I try to think about how I'm going to say it to him, and then I start crying, and then I know he's going to start crying, and then it's going to be so emotional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I understand that's going to happen,
Right.
but I kind of would like to do it if there's a way to do it straightforward but kindly.
Yes. Yes. I
Is
think
that
that's exactly
something-
right. Right. Yes. They younger people often like us to be really direct with them, but obviously developmentally appropriate. And really, Charlie probably wants to know how this is all going to affect him. So we can definitely plan some time before he comes to kind of talk about what you might say. And I know that you've got a meeting coming up with the whole palliative care team about setting goals of care and thinking about what you want to decide around particularly that clinical trial that the physician has presented you with. Just to kind of help you, I would encourage you to kind of think about, again, what's most important to you when you think about, now that you've been given this news and what's going on, start to try to think, what's really the most important thing? And this will help us kind of help you figure out your goals of care. Sounds like Charlie's
I guess it
a
would have
huge
to be
part of that,
Charlie.
right? And thinking about maybe what, his long-term plans, who's going to be your long-term supporter, perhaps, who who's going to be available to take over his care
Well,
and so on?
I don't know if you know this, but Charlie's father he's alive, he's living,
Okay.
but he lives in Chicago.
Okay. All right.
So this is kind of sad to say, but I know this happens, but I guess you might need to know this. He after Charlie was born, his father said he didn't know how to deal with an imperfect son. And he left us, and I chose to raise Charlie on my own. There was a lot of anger at first, but I guess over the years we've talked about things and come to some kind of agreement about Charlie. He sees Charlie sometimes on his birthday. He'll come down for some holidays. Charlie knows who he is. Financially, we're taken care of. He has set up my ex-husband has set up a trust fund for Charlie in case anything happened to his parents, which now is happening. I've not spoken to his father about this latest hospitalization for me, so he doesn't know that yet. Mostly because it's just I've found out.
Right. Okay,
So, I mean, that's where that is.
Okay.
I don't know how that's going to affect Charlie. Losing me is going to be one thing. I don't know if his father is going to say, "Come live with me." I just...
Okay. Well, another thing we can do, and I can see increasingly you're uncomfortable, and you're having pain, but just know that another thing we can do is maybe, if you would like this, try to set up a meeting or a phone call even with Charlie's father to start to help you guys think through these things, and we'll help you. We'll help you with the words, and we'll help you with figuring out options and long-term plans. It sounds like you've got several potential supports in place, but just having the conversations and starting to figure things out. Do you think that would be something that would be helpful to you?
Okay. Sometimes, I guess with the medication and the pain, my thinking is a little fuzzy.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Helping with the words would be really helpful to me.
Okay.
Sandy does help me with things like that, but if she's taking care of Charlie, I don't want to give her more burden, than she already has.
Right, that's
and I
understandable.
hope you get to meet her too, because she is she's an angel.
Well, she's an important person in your life and an important
Yes.
person in Charlie's life, and we really want to try to help you. We don't want you to feel alone in figuring these things out.
Okay.
So I really do hear that Charlie's most important, that making plans for Charlie, communicating with these important people around what's going on with you is really important to you. And these are some of the things that I can help you with and the palliative care team can help you with. But I also really see that you're increasingly experiencing a lot of pain, and I'm wondering if it would be more helpful to you if I tried to come back a little bit later, even perhaps now go find the nurse and talk to her a little bit about your pain.
If you wouldn't mind coming back a little bit later, she's going to help me move. It's this is something really different for me. I'm not, before I was able to move, I could walk, I could do all of those things, but the pain it just doesn't let me do that anymore.
Yeah.
And even to move a little bit, I usually have to have the nurse come help me.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Okay.
And
So I think it would be helpful to try to continue to try to get that pain managed so that you can get a little bit more independence, which is important to you.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I'd be happy to do that.
Okay.
Well, Betty,
Thank
it was
you so
nice to
much.
meet you, and
Thank you for coming.
remember I'm here. My name's Tara, the social
Tara.
worker. If you need anything,
Will you
but
write
I will
that
come
down
back
for me too?
Certainly.
Okay.
And we'll come back, and then I'll see you again as part of the Goals of Care meeting. And in the meantime, we'll figure all these. Try to start to figure all these things out with you. Okay.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thank you.